Welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Lauren Margulies, and this is our meditation class that we are going to talk a little bit about the astrology of what is happening this week, big things happening, and I want you to use the astrological information as an invitation to better understand yourself, which really is the purpose of a meditation practice, is to tune into those deeper layers, that deeper awareness of your own capabilities, your own sets of goals, and your own purpose in this lifetime. The more that we understand these different parts of ourselves, the more that we have this collective picture, this expansive idea of who we are becoming and taking some ownership in that path and accessing these understandings of our own spiritual contracts, our own soul contracts of those parts of ourselves that are in development and how we're supposed to be navigating the path of moving towards some type of soul evolution. So that is what I love about astrology, is that it gives us insight in all of those realms. So today, when I am recording this class, it is on Thursday, March 26th, and we have something really exciting happening today, which is the Venus and Sun superior conjunction. This is part of a very long Venus cycle. Venus cycle, I think, is 584 days, and I'm just learning much more about this now, but it's been very revealing for me. And when the superior conjunction happens, this is where the Venus and the Sun meet up at the same degree. And this is a part of the process of how they interact in this beautiful dance of Venus moving ahead of the Sun, Venus moving within the range of the Sun. And as we understand that patterning in our own charts, we have this better depth of what Venus means to us as a planet. So the superior conjunction today is an opportunity for, the way that I see it, is the sun illuminating this path of Venus and how Venus interacts with our own purpose. Now, Venus is planet of love. It is the planet of health and abundance, and also our passions. Venus is our passion planet of, like, what is it that sparks joy in us? What is it that fuels us and helps us to feel more love in ourselves, more love for the world around us? And so, as those two places or two planets meet today, we have this opportunity to touch on where Venus shines in our own chart. So, I invite you to look at where Venus is in your chart and connect with how that storyline is playing out for you in your own chart. The last time that the Venus and Sun conjunction happened, the last conjunction, which was a different conjunction, happened on June of 2020. So there might be a storyline that's playing out from June of 2020 until now. I've looked at my chart and what was happening for me in June, and I do definitely see a very strong storyline of something that I love and something that I'm passionate about. You're watching it happen live in front of you. So astrology is a piece of that for me, for sure. And the more that we understand these storylines, the more that we can become the author of what that storyline is intending and how connected we can be to helping move forward in that storyline. So, something else really big that's happening this weekend is our next full moon, and this is a full moon in Libra. So when there's a full moon, it means that the moon is in one sign and the sun is in the opposing sign. So new moons are when the sun and the moon are together in a sign. Full moons are when there is an opposition. And I love full moons so much. There is so much depth that we can gain from the polarities of signs. And that's why full moons are such a potent time for us to recognize the polarities that we have within ourselves. And this is a really important one when I say within ourselves, because Aries is all about the self. Aries is that first sign of the zodiac, and it's about me and how do I show up and how do I come across and how am I seen. And Libra is the exact opposite of that, where it's how am I in community? How do I balance? How do I connect with others? And so when we have this chance to have the sun shining on ourselves, but the moon, our unconscious or subconscious, shining on how we connect to others, this is a really powerful time to recognize how we show up for ourselves and also how we show up for other people, and how those two things come together and coalesce with each other. How do those things interact and how do they relate? So, the other important part of this full moon that makes it extra powerful and extra potent is that the sun in Aries will also still be with Venus and will also be with Chiron, all at 8 degrees. And by having Chiron, our wounded healer, who is the planet, or they don't even know if he's a planet, he's not really a planet, but he is this um, element. I don't even know what to call him in this moment, and I don't know why it's a him. They, um, the element of healing and how we utilize our own stories for future healing for ourselves, and how we become the crafter of tools to be healers and heal ourselves so that we can then heal other people. I always relate that back to Chiron. Like, what have you learned in your own journey that you have mastered? What are those tools that you've mastered that you can then share with other people? Because this is such a huge part of life, is mastering our own journey so that we can then be a light, a beacon for other people that are navigating the same waters that we've already moved through. And then we look to our elders, or we not doesn't even have to be elders, but a lot of times it is. We look to people who have gone down the same path or journey. What have they learned on their path? What are the tools that they've cultivated? And how can we recognize those tools to be a part of our path and utilize those? This is really the nature of Libra energy. How do we work with other people, and how do we find balance and connection? So, with this full moon, with Venus and Chiron being with the sun, this is an opportunity to recognize our own wounding. The light can shine on our own wounding, and Venus offers love and opportunity to heal with Chiron. So, huge healing potential with this full moon, as the moon is in the opposing sign of Libra, shining a light on the collective, shining a light on balance and integration. How do we integrate all of these parts of ourselves? So, those are some things, some themes to think about for this week and weekend coming up. And we are going to move into our meditation. And I want you to imagine that Venus, that Venusian energy is with us in our practice today. I want to call upon Venus to be this star, which his shape that he creates over his cycle is a star shape. It's so beautiful. And he is now creating this, the point of star in Aries, which is the first part of our zodiac. So take a moment and close your eyes and just imagine a star shape in your mind. Imagining those 5 points and how each of those points is so distinct, but that they all come together in the center, forming one cohesive, beautiful, expansive shape. So just imagining that star shape in your mind. And let's begin to imagine as if we were drawing that star shape on your heart center. Drawing that heart, that star shape on your heart center, almost as if it were a tattoo. Just imagining a star-shaped tattoo on your heart center that is not only on the external, but softly seeps into the skin, coming into this more internal space. What does that star shape look like in your mind's eye? What color is your star-shaped temporary tattoo? As it seeps into your skin and deeper into your physical being, does the color of your star change? Does it fade into something else? Does it transmute into another shade or a whole other color? And as you imagine that star shape seeping into your heart center, calling the support of Venus into yourself, activating a deeper sense of love, activating abundance, positive health, calling in the energy of Aries this start-up fire energy to help ignite this loving energy in your heart center, tuning into the idea that it is within the self that we must activate this love. We must ignite our own passion, our own sense of will, our own sense of self. And in that ignition, we shine a light for others, lighting a path that maybe another person didn't see before, showing tools that have helped us heal that Chiron energy, knowing that self-care and self-love is a must to be able to truly connect and love others, Libra energy. We must first start with the self, not in an indulgent way, but in that necessary capacity to truly understand our depth, truly tap into our own needs. And as we further move through our path, we light the way for others. And we freely share our gifts, our tools, our newfound awarenesses with others, so that we are not only healing ourselves, we are healing the collective. What does it feel like when you hear those words? Healing ourselves so that we can then help to mend and heal the collective. This is that Aries Libra polarity. Caring for the self so that we are capable and ready to care for others in a balanced, harmonious way. Where do you feel that in your body? Can you call that energy into your heart center? Calling mind, calling body, calling soul to all meet in your heart center. Activating Venus, activating Chiron's tools, considering tools that you have utilized in your path, in your past, that help you to feel tuned in to your heart center. Where are those moments where you feel connected in your heart space? Calling those memories, traveling back in time, maybe even all the way back into your childhood, remembering moments where you felt that sense of love radiating from your heart. What were the activities involved? Who were the people sharing the experience with you? Maybe it was the elders that you have connected with in your past, the teachers, the guides that helped you spark joy from your heart center. Allowing the memories to come in. As you re-experience these past moments of joy and connection. Where do you feel that in your physical body? Grounding that energy into the present moment. Taking a moment to also recognize ways in which you can now, in this moment in time, recreate those past memories, recreate those opportunities to be in your joy, to live in your heart center. Venus is shining with the sun, calling in this energy. How can you operate from the Venusian part of yourself? As you activate that Venus part of self, how can you shine that light for others to witness and experience? What are the actions that you can take, the experiences that you can offer? Letting ideas come into your consciousness through your activated heart center. Imagining those new awarenesses radiating from that star shape on your heart. Breathing into that space. Breathing into your star. Feeling a deeper awareness and connection to your own passions, your own gifts. We all have gifts. We are all able to share those gifts in small or very large ways. Imagine yourself sharing your gifts from this star-shaped center in your heart. Allowing your own light to radiate. Breathing into this heart center. Beginning to call your attention back into this moment. Noticing the physical sensations in your body. Beginning to breathe into the belly. Exhaling through the mouth. Couple more slow, intentional breaths. Cleansing with the exhale. Last time. We'll softly begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circling the wrists, the ankles. And roll your shoulders slowly up and back. And softly begin to bring any movements into the body that feel good. As you feel ready, we'll bring our hands together in front of our heart, sealing this practice, sealing the Sun and Venus conjunction into your heart center, knowing that there is wisdom for you to receive through this conjunction, knowing that this phase will continue to unfold and that the gifts of today's practice will continue to manifest in your life, shining your light within to understand your path, shining your light externally to illuminate the tools for others. Recognizing that as we better ourselves, we better our communities. Recognizing that as we operate from our heart center, we are more authentic, we are more tuned in to our own tools, our own gifts, and our own sense of abundance. Taking a moment of gratitude for this shared practice, gratitude for yourself for showing up and receiving whatever gifts came to the surface. Thank you so, so much for sharing your time, your energy with me. It is my honor and privilege to guide you into any awareness that came into your new path. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful and blessed morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you are practicing with me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you have questions, comments, feedback about this practice, about anything that I shared, know that I am available to connect with you. Sometimes I share astrology just from the heart. I don't have it all written down. So everything might not be perfect, but whatever came is what's supposed to come. And I fully believe that. And I live in that authenticity of whatever I share in the moment is what was supposed to arrive. So reach out to me and let's continue this conversation. If you have parts of the astrology that you know that I didn't share, let's connect. I know there's a Mars North Node conjunction I wanted to touch on. That's another powerful aspect, but I want to have conversation. So reach out. Thank you so much. Have a great day.